Hey, it's time for another
Everyday Getaway.
And here we are in Murfreesboro, Tennessee at the Stones River National Battlefield Park.
And we are just looking for a great time. There's a museum, there's lots of trails. We hear there's wildlife, which we're looking forward to, and gift shop. So we'll let you see what we find out. Stones River National Battlefield commemorates the Battle of Stones River, which began on the last day of 1862 and was one of the bloodiest conflicts in the Civil War. It's open daily from 8 to 5, and there are no entrance fees. There are winter hours, which just cut back to 4:30 for closing. Nearly a third of the Confederate soldiers during the Stones River battle were Tennesseans.
And the rest of them came from Virginia. The Union troops came from the mountains of Tennessee, Kentucky, and Missouri.
All right, we got a little theater here. There's a 9-minute movie, and there's nobody watching right now. But it's self-start, so it goes through the history of the Battle of Stones River.
You just come up here to the button, and you just start your movie. And they said it was pretty informative.
Mist floats past soldiers bundled on the ground. One stares at the Confederate Army of Tennessee.
The battle itself was a milestone in the Union plan to split the Confederacy. Nearly 1/3 of the soldiers were killed, wounded, or missing after 3 days of fighting.
On December 26, 1862, the Union Army of the Cumberland left Nashville to meet the Confederates. This was the beginning of the Stones River Campaign.
The Battle of Stones River was fought between December 31st, 1862 and January 2nd, 1863 in Middle Tennessee. Of the major battles of the war, Stones River had the highest percentage of casualties on both sides.
On the night of December 26, 1862, the generals of both sides planned. The soldiers tried to get some sleep, and the bands from both sides played to try to encourage the armies. This became known as the Battle of the Bands.
News spread of the Union's victory after the Confederate Army withdrew to Tullahoma on January 3rd. Okay, Doug found us a national park puzzle. That's really cool. Lots of books in the gift shop. Memorabilia, lots of toys, and National Park Monopoly. All right, Snakes of Tennessee. Now, I have Lighthouse and a couple of other of these small building block sets, but I'm not sure if the rattlesnake will be my next. National Park Animal Cookies.
They do have a nice place here to have a picnic, or so you can bring your, if you're going to spend a few hours, you can bring some snacks, a little resting time if it's really nice and hot. Like I said, they do have a lot of trails. It looks like it's pretty shady. The people in the gift shop are very helpful. They have a ranger talk at 11 o'clock. Just kind of tell you a little bit about the battle.
And there's also, I think it's a national park thing. There's a place where you can get your passport stamped if you do the national park passport.
Oh, that's right.
All right. Bryce says there's lots of wildlife. We do know there's rattlesnakes, and you know I'm not a snake person, so I am solely watching the ground. Be careful. We got riflemen. 10 o'clock.
They're everywhere.
Now, what you see before you are the trenches that were dug by the Union men. These trenches have stood the test of time and the weathering, and you can see that this marked a change in the type of warfare they were using at the time. They ended up building up these trenches so that they could defend themselves against the Confederate soldiers.
Waiting on a bear sighting. We're not too far from Smoky Mountain, so you would think that there might be some bears hiding out here. So At first sight, we thought that was a bear. It's just a tree stump. All right, we were on more of a gravel paved trail, but now this trail is mostly just kind of carved out. So it's pressed down dirt rock. It's a little more bumpy. It's not a difficult trail, but I think if you had a wheelchair or a stroller, this would be much more difficult. Leaves of 3, let it be. Enjoying the hike?
Yeah, these trails are really nice, and it is nice and shady. It's a little warm out today.
Very humid.
But very humid. Back here, it's really nice. I do notice that there are a lot of people that come out here running. I believe they don't really want you to ride your bikes out here, but there are a lot of runners that come out here and run. Whoa!
Now here on the trail, I have seen all kinds of wildlife. I have seen deers, owls, wild turkeys. I've seen wolves running about in the morning. A little bit of everything you can think of. It's not the right time of the year, but we've also seen eagles around on this property. And watch out, yes, there are snakes too.
We found some wildlife. All right, this part of the trail, we just turned off on a different spot. It's a lot of mulch and just wood chips and things. So this is a nice smooth pathway.
Now, Middle Tennessee is home to a lot of cedar trees. Here at Stones River Battlefield, there's a lot of cedar parks like this, and these areas you cannot go into because they're an endangered piece of wood. But you also have cedars Murfreesboro, cedars of Lebanon nearby, a lot of cedar forest.
If you're not from a place that has chiggers, chiggers have little bugs in them that will get on you and they itch really bad. So if you're not around from here and you happen to be somewhere in the south or somewhere around these parts, see these white flowers? Don't get in the middle of them. Don't pick them. All right, this is where the trails were that we took off on. Compared to the trails, this building to the left has the museum. It has restrooms. It has the gift shop, and there's a nice parking area. This is the drive-through part, and there is a walking trail. So on the right, you'll see the pathway for that. And then there are some picnic areas over here that we've seen some folks picnicking. And we've got, oh, we're back to where we started. Across the street from where we just were, where the trails and things were, there is a National Cemetery. And there are thousands of Union soldiers buried here, along with some soldiers from, I believe they said, the Spanish-American War.
Hey, thank you for joining us today as we visited the Stones River National Battlefield Park in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. If you're ever in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, come out and give it a try. It's a nice place. What do you think?
I thought it was very beautiful. We had a great walk. We didn't see a lot of wildlife, one deer, but we weren't fast enough to get him on camera. But not a lot of animals, but a lot of beautiful nature. So great day. Thanks for joining us. Take care of yourselves, take care of others, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.